Letter from a Butch. Anonymous. Everything and everyone has told me loudly in ways both subtle and direct that it's not okay for me to be like this. It's not okay to walk firmly with a determined stride. It's not okay to feel more comfortable in boots and overalls or a jacket and tie than in a skirt and heels. It's not okay to love women. And if you must be a lesbian, it's sure as hell not okay to be a dykey lesbian. It's not okay to want to touch more than to be touched, to want to hold a woman protectively, to be more aggressive and less soft. It's not okay to want to pass as a man sometimes, to wear your hair short, to talk confidently, to refuse to drop your eyes. It's not okay to fit stereotypes, i.e. that of the mannish lesbian. To enjoy un-PC roles that feminism has deemed anti-feminist. In short, it's not okay to be butch. Butch is a scary word. It's what you don't want to be called, but what you are afraid to admit that you are. And what makes you stand out in a crowd when you'd rather just not be noticed. What some queers would just wish would disappear so that normal gay and lesbian folks can assimilate into straight society and become invisible. Everywhere I look, I see messages telling me it's not okay to be who I am. I am so tired of trying to be feminine, and I'm angry that I've been conditioned to believe that I should fit a role that doesn't come naturally to me. I've been socialized as a girl. These assumptions have become part of me. It's a daily struggle to not make my voice all high-pitched and sweet when I talk to men. To not put on earrings just because the figure in the mirror looks too much like a boy. These are automatic but not biological reactions. They are the result of brainwashing we go through from the day we are born. Sometimes I wonder if the government secretly slips these gender codes into our milk cartons to ensure that every child grows up with a rigid idea of what gender is, and with tremendous guilt if they don't fit into their assigned role. And then there's you. You came into my life the first person who has ever celebrated my butchness, who has not been outwardly or secretly uncomfortable with my behavior or my appearance. You're not ashamed of me. You don't shake your head like you don't understand how I could be this way. The only person to want me as a friend and a lover for my butchness and not in spite of it. I have hidden, denied, ignored, and camouflaged so much of who I am. I thought it was enough to learn to be comfortable with my lesbianism, but it's not. I need to be comfortable not just with loving women, but with how I love them and how I show that love. I need to feel confident and even proud in my butch existence. Not just when I'm holding you, but also when I'm walking alone on the streets, when we're at the movies, when I go to a family function, when I'm sitting in a classroom. You asked me if I wanted you to make love to me as I had to you, and I told you no. I need to explain why. I'm not yet fully secure in my butchness as it relates to myself, the world, and you. Your tongue or your fingers can melt me, can make me moan, can turn soft every hard place in my body, heart, and soul. You can make me feel like a silly little girl. But it is not until I feel strong and confident, sturdy, solid, and in control that I can feel comfortable letting you see me weak or unsure or wavering or soft or out of control. I have to feel and accept my butchness fully before I can let it be challenged or conquered or peel away. Even for a little while. There's so much right now that is new to me. Above all, I am new to feeling accepted for being the awkward, dorky, thick-legged, soft butch that I am. And I'm new to walking down the street with someone who is not ashamed of me or makes me feel ashamed of myself. I am new to feeling that as much as the expressions on the face of the heads that I turn every day are those of hatred or disgust, I can count on there being one person whose expression will always be loving, whose eyes are seductive and respectful, not violent or repulsed. I'm not a victim or martyr, and I've hardly suffered compared to most in this world. I mean, I feel fortunate that my heart is not heavy with pain. But like many of my sisters, I am going a hard, hard stone wall around myself, and this wall, I need it terribly. And things are not getting easier as I grow older. You've warned me yourself that as I grow into myself as a Butch Dyke, I can expect more, not fewer confrontations with fear and hatred and ignorance. And aren't all three the same? I need this wall to fend off spears, to drown out the sound of the angry words thrown at me. I pick them up and I build the wall out of them. I need you to help me make it strong, but I also need to reassure my heart that it's okay to let you in. The same holes that would be big enough for you to crawl through are big enough to allow in the hurt that my heart's not sure she's ready for. I don't know how to let you in without letting in the pain. I'm consulting my architect. Maybe we can figure this one out because I'm dying for some company in here. Please let's never forget that we're in this together, that as much shit as we have to deal with, that we can deal with it together. Let us never allow the fear or the pain or the struggle to overshadow our love for one another. I miss you. Only 2 more weeks until I hold you in my arms again. With love, your adoring Butch.